Michael, Garrett, thanks for joining me on New Mexico in Focus. I'm really glad to have you two here today to talk about PFAS. Michael, I'd like to start with you and your coverage in New Jersey. First of all, welcome back to New Mexico PBS. We miss you here in New Mexico. New Jersey is a state that's well known for manufacturing. But when it comes to the PFAS contamination, are we talking about manufacturing? Are we talking about the military? Kind of what's the big issue in New Jersey?
So in New Jersey, we get it from everywhere. You're right. We're an industrial state. We've got a big legacy of chemical manufacturing here, and that's where a large source of the contamination around us is coming from. We do have our fair share of military bases, the largest of which is the Joint Base down in the Pine Barrens. And that actually has, according to the Environmental Working Group, one of the highest known levels of PFAS that the DoD has found in their kind of initial round of testing. So that's a significant source, but I think if you're looking at the picture holistically, pollution from chemical companies and chemical plants has been the state's primary concern.
So Garrett, Michigan has been dealing with the PFAS contamination issue for a lot longer than New Mexico has. I'm curious, the state has taken some interesting steps from my mind, watching from a distance. Can you talk a little bit about how the state of Michigan has tried to tackle the problem with respect to the military contamination?
In Michigan, there is a significant amount of military contamination. The most significant and most high profile of those is the Wurtsmith Air Force Base in Oscoda. But there are issues at, say, Selfridge Air National Guard base near on Lake St. Clair. There's an K.I. Sawyer, a former Air Force base up in the UP. But the military piece is only a smaller fraction of the overall contamination picture in Michigan, which tends to largely be centered on sort of a commercial industrial type of contamination. So if your viewers have ever heard of the Wolverine Worldwide issue in the Kent County area near Grand Rapids, it's a footwear manufacturer, Hush Puppies shoes, Merrell sandals, that sort of thing. And that's the most severe example of the contamination in Michigan. It's a 25 square mile contaminated area, incredibly high levels in drinking water wells and rivers that are affected, and it's a pretty big deal.
So here in New Mexico, the push really has been, we need EPA to set federal regulations. There needs to be a federal standard, and then the state can hold the military accountable. What about these individual state drinking water standards? How have those played out, and are they enforceable? Let's start with New Jersey.
Sure. So we actually have 3 drinking water standards in place in New Jersey. The first one was put in place in 2018 for PFNA, which as far as PFAS goes is one of the lesser known or talked about ones. And that's because in South Jersey, around a chemical plant run by the company Solvay, in around 2013, we found really severe PFNA contamination in municipal drinking water. There was a bit of a crisis. There was bottled water handouts. And in response to that, the state developed drinking water standards, PFNA. Those were put in place in 2018. It was followed in 2020 by standards for PFOA and PFOS, which are much more common. And the way it works in New Jersey is the levels in a municipal system are assessed on a quarterly basis, and it's kind of like averages for the previous year. So you needed to wait a year for enforcement to kick in. And now we're at that point where the state is starting to hand out violations to drinking water systems that are over the limit. And we're seeing that. That's a bit of reporting that I'm checking in on right now. But I know that there's at least 5 community water systems in the state that have PFOS violations on the books, and will need to address that situation. So that raises another really big question that no one at this point has an answer to, which is, treating PFAS in water systems it takes really expensive equipment that up to this point, water systems have not needed. So who's going to pay for that equipment, and who's going to pay for the ultimate remediation of the mess? That's all to be determined.
Well, thank you both so much for your standout reporting on this that serves not just your local communities, but for someone reading from another state is just really great reporting. So thank you for that. And thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having us. I appreciate, you're doing this.
Yeah, thank you so much for the invitation, Laura. It's always a pleasure to hear from New Mexico PBS.